everybody, welcome to Just Upright. My name is Doc Jean Ruder. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm your foreign educated physical therapist guide to US application. Hope you guys are doing great, feeling great, and if not, I hope you feel a lot better sooner than later. But on today's video, what we're going to talk about is basically about one of the most common question among foreign educated physical therapists. Okay, it's do I need a local license? So if you're a graduate in the Philippines, do you need to pass the local board examination before you can apply here to the US? And there is no straight shot answer to that. It all depends on your situation, and we're going to discuss that today in today's video, coming right up. Guys, so for today's video, we're going to reference the FCCPT, which is acceptable in all states, across the board. You can use other credentialing agencies such as CGFNS or ICD, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to reference to FCCPT, okay? So FCCPT, they have a Type 1 review for immigration. There is a Type 1 review for licensure, and there is educational credential review. Okay, so for Type 1 review for immigration, as you can see, this is the list of the requirements, and one of them is must be eligible to practice physical therapy in the country of education where the first professional degree was obtained. Okay, so if you're applying for Type 1 for immigration purposes, this has the healthcare worker certificate, and this is the certificate that your employer need to petition you with a working or immigrant visa. Okay, again, take note, you have to have a master's or doctorate degree before you can apply for Type 1 review for immigration. Okay, so to answer that question, do you need a local license before you can apply to the US? So if you do not have a if you're not an immigrant and you're not a US citizen, you are still in your own country, you don't have any kind of status here in the US with regards to the visa or citizenship, then you have to have a Type 1 review for immigration, and that means you need to pass your local board examination. So I think India doesn't have a local board exam, so they can be exempted from this, but in the Philippines, definitely we have local board examination, so you have to pass that before you can actually pass the Type 1 review for immigration. Okay, so for Type 1 review for licensure, okay, so these are the states. Okay, you're going to use the Type 1 review for licensure if you are already here in the US. You do not need a you don't need a working visa, you don't need an immigrant visa, you don't need an employer. You're already here, you're an immigrant, you're a US citizen, and now you're processing your US application to practice as physical therapist here in the US. Okay, these are the states that require Type 1 review for licensure. Okay, so California, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, and Washington, D.C. Okay, so these are the requirements of Type 1 review for licensure. Okay, must have a bachelor or higher in physical therapy, must be eligible to practice physical therapy in the country of education where the first professional degree was obtained, and must pass TOEFL or qualify for TOEFL exception. Okay, so for Type 1 review for licensure, okay, if you're applying in any of these states, then yes, you need a local license, okay, to practice in this state. Okay, so this is the current requirement under Type 1 review for licensure for FCCPT. Okay, now if you are not applying in any of this state, if you are an immigrant and you are a U.S. citizen, okay, so you already have a status here in the U.S., you don't need a type 1 review for immigration, you don't need a type 1 review for licensure because you're not applying in any of these states. What you need is educational credential review, okay? So for the educational credential review, the requirements, okay, as you can see, you must have a bachelor's degree or higher in physical therapy. Okay, as you can see here, a license or registration to practice physical therapy in your country of education is not required for this service. However, if a license or registration verification is received, it will be included in your evaluation. So I hope, guys, that is clear, okay? I know there are many people emailing me about that question. So that is a good question, and that is not a straightforward answer, okay? It depends on where you are, what your status is, and what you're going to take, avail the service of FCCPT for, okay? So again, for type 1 review for immigration and type 1 review for licensure, on specific states, they require you to have a local board examination. If you are a U.S. citizen or you are an immigrant, you're processing your U.S. application right now as a physical therapist, then you have educational credential review and you don't have to have a local license. Okay, so I hope that is helpful for you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and I really appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you so much. And please share this video in your social media platform. Anyone you know who will benefit from it, anyone you know who's processing their application to the U.S. as physical therapists. If you need help with the step-by-step process, I have master classes available for you online wherever you are in the world. As long as you have internet access, you can access those classes. I have the step-by-step process to U.S. application. I teach you how to do documentation, the USPT style, okay, how to do physical therapy evaluation, how to master that, and how to about the visa, okay, and also how to develop good rapport and be confident and competent physical therapists here in the US. So I have a lot of master classes available for you guys online, so take advantage of that, okay? There were no resources like this before, okay? So, and it's very seldom that you can find very valuable information like this in the internet or anywhere else, okay? So if you have any other questions, comments, suggestion, just put a comment down below. Your questions are empowering me to make videos that will answer those questions, that will help you with your processing to become a successful physical therapist here in the US. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, stay blessed.